Hey YouTubers, one more quick video on the Go Kart. Remember how I said it wasn't starting? I think I may have fixed it. Don't ask me how, but I think I did. I think I had a down in here, I'll show you. Right down in there, this is a solenoid. I believe there was a loose connection. Watch. Let's see if it'll start though. My choke's kind of stuck. Give it some gas. This has not been running in a few days, so. Okay, and there, I believe the line that goes from the key to the solenoid was loose, so it's fixed. Anyways, the main point of this video, I've been getting a few comments on how I built this. You can look up the videos, or there's no actual video of me building it, but there's videos of just after I did it on YouTube, on my channel, some of my early videos. There's a video of the very first video of this on YouTube, of mine at least. I've only ever seen one other one on YouTube of it, like this, and it had the stock engine still. So the only other video of mine on YouTube is whenever it was at its old owner's house, and I did a winter start on it, and it just barely started. MBYR31, Matt even said, wow, he was surprised that it even started. Quite frankly, I was surprised it even started. It did not want to start, so. Anyways, it's approximately 10 years old. It is a lawnmower, obviously, from the mower deck right down there. It was originally a lawnmower. They designed them to look like a go-kart, to give you the feeling of a go-kart. That's basically its look, its style. It originally came with a 6 horsepower engine. I'll show you the original engine. That's it right there. It's an Intech 6 horse Briggs & Stratton overhead valve. Not bad engine really. It has issues now, but it does run. Actually, it does still run, but it was too underpowered for the go-kart, but it works perfectly fine on a lawnmower. Anyways, I acquired it last year. I was doing work for my friend, and he wanted something different. But first he wanted me to fix this, and then I told him to fix this, it's going to take a lot of work, it's going to need an engine, because that engine would not start. The only real way to start that engine is quick start. Has some issues, needs a primer, I believe. But anyways, I told him the easiest way to start it up, you have to get some quick start and it'll work like that. So he said, okay, keep my eye out for a tractor. And I originally found an MTD yard machine that had this engine on it. This is a 13.5 industrial commercial. Up to a little while ago I still had its rear end, but I just recently sold it, and it turned out to be no good. It had seized pulleys. The rear end had issues. The only reason why I sold the rear end is the person who bought it needed the rims. Anyways, I saved this engine off of it. Obviously, the engine is still perfect. Has pressure lubrication, oil filter, pressure lube oil filter on it. And so I figured, okay, I'm going to take this Go Kart lawnmower and put it on steroids. by basically dropping a double what the original engine was into it. The original was an overhead valve. This one's obviously overhead valve as well. So I put this engine in there. I had to drill out the mounts, obviously. I know from my video I just did yesterday, where for engine rant. This one I did have to drill out mounts because it originally had a 3-bolt engine in it. Now it has a 4-bolt. So, yeah. Anyways, I put this engine in. The box right there, that was the original location of the battery. Some of you will probably remember that. But then I put these big tires on here and I had to relocate the battery. For obvious reasons. And these tires aren't bad. I've snapped the rear end once in this. I just made it posi track just a little while ago. Now the belt's gone. It needs a belt now. This gas tank here was the original one I originally put on here, but being a metal tank and being a 20-year-old metal tank, rust has gotten to it, and the engine will no longer run with that gas tank. So that's why I put that particular gas tank in here. That one's good. It's actually the original one that was with this engine when this engine was on the MTD. So it works pretty good. I still like to get a snapper gas tank, a real narrow snapper gas tank. It would work out a lot easier. But that one worked for now. My plans for this for the future: I'm not getting rid of it. I like it. I never want to get rid of this, as long as it stays in one piece. I like to put a full roll cage. I'll put a roll cage on it, like mock something up from here up, say about 3 feet high in the middle, and drop the cage down in the front and tie it into the front on both sides, obviously, and then put a crossbar right around the back of the seat and put a seat belt in it, and then that's my plans. And then I'd like to eventually, possibly, swap that engine out to a horizontal shaft and put a horizontal shaft in here. But I actually saw recently a video of a guy who showed how you can actually convert a vertical shaft to a horizontal. I don't know if I necessarily want to attempt that, but it's a possibility. But I don't know if I could be able to get it to work with this particular engine. He showed that you have to seal off the oil passages, you have to change them. It is possible to do, but it's a lot of work. I'd rather just go out and buy a 9-horse Tecumseh, like what I have on my racer over there, and just drop that in here. I only paid $350 for that engine, so that's an option. But if I do that, if I do swap it to a what did I say there, a horizontal shaft, I'm gonna have to change the rear end indefinitely. Put a Go Kart style rear end under it. So that's the future plans. Also, the only things I've ever given us hard times on this, other than the engine, was the steering. That steering box is horrible. It's a very poor design. It's a chain drive. It's currently welded now, and it's okay now. So has a little bit of play in it, but it's not bad. And as you can see, if you can see it, my alignment is off a bit, but it's alright. The last time I drove this, it gave me the ride of my life. It was flying. It was fast. So the speed is there. It needs a belt right now, but I'm going to upgrade the pulley on the engine. See, stage 1 is complete on this, but right at the end of stage 1 it broke, and so I gotta fix it and then start stage 2. I'm considering getting a clutch for it. I haven't yet decided. I know where to get the clutch for it, but I'm just undecided on if I want to put one on here or not. The racer is getting a clutch. I just gotta wait till I can afford it. That's what's holding off on the racer getting it back out. Need getting the clutch. But if I get a clutch for the racer, I might just put it on here first and see how it is. Then I'll see if I like a clutch on here or not. So, anyways, the future plans is to make it a horizontal shaft, similar to what's on my Honda Go Kart. So that's the future plans for this. Also, I'm keeping the mower deck, because with the mower deck on here, I'm street legal. I found out, because lawnmowers are technically street legal. So as long as I keep that, I'm legal. I don't care. It can stay. Anyway I go, I want to keep my big back tires. I like those back tires. If you remember, I originally tried to put the back tires on the front, but only one survived. The one was seized on. Typical MTD. So that concludes this video. If anyone has any questions for me, please personal message me or comment. But there will be more of this coming. Also, it's a 4-speed transmission. I would like to put a John Deere transmission in this possibly eventually. I haven't decided yet. So this concludes this video. Please subscribe, comment. Talk to you guys later. Keep it redneck.